All right, I'm gonna get right into it. So here on the weekly, I see a lot of people. I'm just gonna click on this guy's video here for a second. I watch a lot of other people's YouTube videos, and I, quite candidly, I don't know why. And I'm not trying to start beef. I'm not trying to, shit on anybody. But like, what I don't see and what I don't get is how people are giving you expected weekly moves. Here if you go over here to my Substack here, you know, I make this money every day. I'm not trying to charge you subscription. I'm not trying to, show any bullshit strategy to you. I definitely do a lot of market research. I mean, I have pages that are 30 to 40 pages long that, some people read, some people don't. A lot of the things that people are now calling out, I've called out way beforehand. And, I go over here to my chart and I hear people talking about weekly expected moves, right? And again, not shitting on anybody, but just, again, stick with me here. This is really important for me. Um, what people aren't highlighting is just clear market structure. Again, you go over here to the NQs here. What people aren't highlighting is just, and I have a lot of my charts pre-marked off here, just throw on an anchor volume profile here, and you can see exactly what's happening, right? You just can't get past these levels, okay? You don't even need an indicator, right? I have all these indicators for free, right? I'm not charging anybody anything, but I guess maybe if you charge people signals and this and that, I guess people think that it's, there's value there, whatever. I mean, listen to the guy who's, I don't know, giving you weekly signals and this and that, but, not really able to kind of help you identify just clear structures here. I mean, if you go to the NQ on the 4 hour here, I mean, these are just textbook patterns, right? Falling three, down, one, two, three, down, right? Again, called out here before market open on Friday with the actual expected moves, and we executed on those moves in real time, live stream, recorded, okay? And so when you go over here to the NASDAQ, it's pretty glaring. Again, I'm not just going to give you weekly expected moves and daily signals. I'm going to tell you why things are happening. One thing that people aren't talking about, right, is why can't the NASDAQ, break out of these levels, right? We have the market rotating. Well, I don't know. Maybe where's the market rotating? It's kind of hard to miss, right? And I actually had weekly signals here as well that were given out. Not only these were given out about 14 days ago, right? Pretty clear. IWM weekly longs to 253, watching opening candles. Key aspect to watch: hold overnight, closing to open, right? Stop losses here. Call it out on the Discord. Here's your decision zone. And where is everybody rotating? Right, we're getting defensive. We're rotating to materials. We're rotating to IWM, right? And then you hear people saying, "Oh, when IWM outperforms a SPY and small caps outperform big caps, for 6 months in a row, that means we're in a." No, it doesn't. That just means we're on a different run and we're just rotating, right? We're gonna have the person on Twitter with no experience eating hot pockets in his mom's basement saying, "Hey, the IWM and the small caps outperform the big caps." What does that mean? That means we're gonna head into a recession. Okay, let's just follow those guys and just see how it works out for you. Okay, but I don't want to get off topic here. I really want to get into it, and I really want you guys to stick with me here. Okay, so again, it's pretty clear. I mean, these have been some of the easiest setups here, all verified. If I call them all out on the Discord live calls, stream calls, again, I do options, features, Forex, crypto. And I mean, these have been some of the easiest setups to take. And, you have people going long up here. Why? I don't know. But these have been some of the easiest setups to short, right? Failed, 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 right? Failed, right? I mean, you're just creating a lower highs. You're gonna have some say, "Oh, we're here, we're up here again." What do you have here, right? You have people saying, "Oh, we have weekly signals here, we have weekly signals up here, we have weekly signals up here," and again, not trying to shit on anybody, but it's just like, hey, left, head, right, down. What weekly signal do you need? What you should be telling your followers and people watching is, hey, we have a head and shoulders here, right? Okay, you break the head here at 26,044, right? That head and shoulders is invalidated. But what can that head and shoulders turn into, right? I like to trade market structure with other confluences. That can turn into what? A triple top here, right? So by textbook definition, right? This was a left, you could argue. This was your head. Okay, but your right broke above here. Okay, let me just fact check that real quick. Yeah, broke above here, right? Broke your previous high. Okay, so what did that turn into? Just a clear textbook triple top bearish reversal pattern. I believe that there's really only two patterns in the market that you need to pay attention to. I get that there's other patterns in there. It's your head and shoulders, okay? And it's your inverse head and shoulders. Okay, they don't have to be symmetrical. Again, you're gonna have somebody saying, oh, your head and shoulders, your left is bigger than your right. Your right's bigger than your left. Your right shoulder's all the way at your peak. Okay, and? Right, again, another textbook triple top pattern, right? They don't have to be perfect. And I'm not saying just trade patterns, use common sense as well. But again, if you go to the 4-hour time frame, and again, let me just turn this little cheat code on. Again, this is free for everybody to use, right? Left, head, right shoulder. These are indicators I made for free for you guys to use. So you don't have to pay somebody giving you whack levels that don't even make sense. SPY can go up here. SPY can go down here. SPY, okay, you have two options in the market, guys. You're either going to go fucking up or going to go fucking down. So which one is it? Because listening to somebody saying, hey, we can go up, we can go down, we can go up, we can go that, I can grab something and do this. I can grab something and do that. There's a whole bunch of things I can do, right? But you want to know what the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to tell you exactly what to do without fucking paying me. But I guess people, again, they find listening to people giving you all these whack moves, and, you know, you can talk about RSI, you can talk about this, you can talk about that. I hate to break it to you guys. When you're chopping like this, it tends to throw off your EMAs and your RSI, right? It really does. But you don't have to listen to me. Again, listen to the guy, you know, on Twitter eating Hot Pockets in his mom's basement, and just, again, see how that works out for you, okay? So I'm going to go to the NASDAQ, right? I'm going to clean off my wigs here. It's kind of distracting. This is just textbook stuff. You're going nowhere. You're going sideways. And that's not a swinger's market, right? It's a scalper's market for sure. But I want you to take a look here at the NASDAQ, right? And what a lot of people aren't talking about here is you're on your fucking neckline, right? You're on multiple necklines. You have a neckline here, okay, that you can't break. And you have a neckline here that you're hugging. These are like 50-50 zones, but also these are some of the easiest shorts to take, right? Mark off your highs, mark off your lows, and then go from there. What a lot of people aren't talking about too is you're in the same pattern on almost every stock. You can't miss it, right? Call this out on Discord again, right? You're on your neckline. It's literally a 50-50 zone. But again, if you zoom into the candles here, stick with me here, guys, because I'm trying to give you guys free game, but it's just like nobody wants to pay attention, and I'm getting really upset and really fucking pissed off about it. People want to pay for people, charging them $50 to $150 a month. And if you guys understand, there's like, if you look at it from, I did the research other night, tonight, technically yesterday, because it's like almost 2 a.m. my time. There's 97 people in the market right now that are unprofitable. So you're paying for someone's signals, you're paying for a Discord, you're paying for all these different tools just to fucking lose money. Make it make fucking sense to me, man. So you have a bearish pendant here setting up here. You don't need fucking levels. You don't need any of that bullshit to understand you're in a bearish pattern, man. What is so difficult for people to understand where you're heading? You are in a textbook bearish pendant. What do bearish pendants do? Right? And then someone's going to on Twitter say, oh, you're in a bearish pendant, but, you know, hey, we just gapped up here. Okay. That's going to lead to my next point, right? So go down, I don't know, maybe to a 45-second time frame to see what kind of structure is setting up here, right? So I'll tell people, you have patterns within patterns within patterns. Within this bearish pendant, right, you're going to have head and shoulders. You're going to have triple tops, right? You're going to have inverse head and shoulders. And the list goes on. So what are you setting up here? Possibly a double bottom. But, ooh, wait, what is this last sequence that just formed? I don't know, guys. Maybe it's a fucking bearish pendant again, right? Okay. I hope I'm very clear about this. Double top, right? Right? What pattern do you have here, guys? Okay. So stick with me here, guys. Go to Amazon. Okay. You're on your neckline. Again, most of these charts are marked out here for you guys. Again, if you guys want my trading list, it's in here. In a bearish pennant on your neckline of support. Okay. 50-50. Right? You could argue this is your left inverse. You could argue this is your head. You could argue this is your right liquidity forming here, but you're in a bearish pendant here. Can you break out? Absolutely, right? But I'm not going to give you levels without seeing the structure play out in real time, okay? That's why I think weekly fucking levels are bullshit and bogus. And again, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just telling you how I trade differently and how I see a problem with people charging people for signals, whether it's $1, whether it's $50, whether it's $100. This stuff isn't fucking rocket science, right? And I really want to show you guys how versatile I am. Okay. Call this out before Bitcoin hit 95K. This was posted on January 11th. Bear flag. The lazy Bitcoin traders every dog knows. Right? We're in a bear flag. I said, but you're going to 95K in the next 7 days. Right? You have a micro bear flag. If you break 2066, you're going to invalidate that bear flag and you're going to head up to 95K, looking at 105K in the next 30 days. If you're going to give a fucking level, at least like do the goddamn fucking due diligence to show people what they're fucking looking at here. Only had 110 people look at that shit. That's disgusting. Okay. Let's actually grab this chart here to see my work. Okay. So we identified a clear bearish pendant here on a larger time frame, but what did we do? We went down to a micro time frame, probably the 1 minute here. Okay, stick with me here, guys, because I'm trying to give you free game. If you don't want free signals, again, if you want to like look at somebody who's just giving you bogus stuff, saying you can do this, you can do that, watch this, watch that, dude, all it comes down to, guys, is are you going up or down, right? If you're watching this, that's right. That's what you care about, is it not? So I said, watch this structure here, okay? And I'm trying to find, I think it was on a 5 minute time frame probably. Hold on, I'm trying to charge my computer. It's about to die. So, go down here to a 5 minute time frame. Maybe I need to go up to like maybe 10 minutes. Don't know. We'll see. Okay. So we identified a micro bearish pendant. Okay. Pretty simple. We break above it at the level I marked. We're going to hit 95K. What did we do? We hit 95K. You have another bearish pendant here. This is just rinse and repeat, okay? You're going to break it or you're not going to break it. Giving you a level up here, giving you a level up here, giving you a level up here without explaining the context of why you might break out or break down is just, I think, pure bullshit, all right? And again, within these patterns, you have different patterns forming. What is this? Bull flag, right? So why did you break up? I don't know, maybe because you created a bull flag. So besides taking somebody's signals, just doing a bit of your own research, understanding, what you're looking at without having 19,000 indicators on is really going to help you like understand and be profitable in the market when everybody else isn't. Okay. So again, you take a look at Microsoft here. Right. Bearish pendant that we identified here in real time. Okay. Chart's already pre-marked. Okay. You need to break 506 and validate this bear flag, right? We had a beautiful, nice looking bear flag. Try to break out, right? Rejected. Okay. Try to break out, rejected. Try to break out, rejected. I mean, this is just textbook stuff, guys. forming your bearish pendant here again. Okay. So when we took a look at the ES here again, futures market, trade futures as well. We've gotten nowhere, is what we've done. Just mark off your levels here, right? Here are my levels. Okay. You're forming a bearish pendant here. I don't even need to look, right? You could argue it's a bullish pendant. Excuse me. Yeah, a bullish pendant or a bull flag here. We can go down here to a smaller time frame to kind of just identify maybe what's going on. Okay. What I really see here though is, and I'll just clean off my levels here. What I see here is left, head, right, breakdown, rally, fail, bear flag, try to break out, breakdown. Now what do you have? You have another left, head, right shoulder, breakdown, bear flag. This is just textbook stuff, guys. That I call out live streamed. I don't post after the fact. I call it out on Substack. I post it on my Twitter. Right, here's another example where everybody was saying Santa Raleigh, right? What did I say? Identified a bearish pendant here in real time and made over $10,000. Called it on Twitter ahead of time, 1:44 p.m. to the T, literally right before we dropped. Okay. But again, nobody's watching my shit because I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough followers. Maybe I'm not charging people money. Maybe I guess I should just fucking charge people money. Make a new YouTube channel or something. Because whatever I'm doing is not working. Nobody's paying attention. I don't know why. They're literally paying people for whatever reason. Okay. So we're gonna go over here to, and people don't understand like why Micron and some of these other stocks are breaking out. If you're trying to short a stock up here, you're crazy, right? Why do you think Micron's going up? I don't know, maybe because it said they're going to raise their prices by like, 70%, and I quote, right? So all you're seeing, guys, is funds and money doing what? Rotating. Money is going down. I don't know, maybe because Mark Zuckerberg and all his 1,000 ideas aren't working out and they're losing money. Again, just take a look at the chart and zoom out. What do you have forming? I can tell you right now what you have forming. I'm not going to give you guys levels. If you want levels, come into the Discord. It's free. Again, maybe it's to start charging people because nobody pays attention, right? What do you have here, guys? I don't know. Triple top, right? Just mark it off with me, okay? You're trying to form an inverse head and shoulders. You can argue this is your left. Here's your head. But what do you have right here? A bear flag. Pretty textbook stuff. Break here and validate your bear flag here at 655, which is quite a ways away. Obviously, until you do that, right, I wouldn't be looking for a long, even though you're sitting up at inverse head and shoulders right now. But again, you're sitting up at inverse head and shoulders within what? A triple top here and an overall bearish trend. So if you're swinging calls, you're crazy. Again, what people, again, aren't talking about is the rotation. Why is Costco going up, right? Why is something retail going up, right? Why is, LMT going up, right? People look at these stocks and they can't believe why they're going up. They think the market's rigged, but then they don't understand. What did Trump talk about, right? I don't know. Maybe he said he's going to raise the defense budget to $1.5 trillion a year. So now you see all these companies that were in a downtrend for so long going up, right? Oh, I don't know. Why did Intel go up? But, most of, technology and tech is going down. I don't know. And again, these are things identified here in real time. Look at this. Check this out. I don't know. Maybe a massive cup and fucking handle. I don't know. Maybe like a quadruple bottom here, right? And again, that's not to say that you should have taken this call or pick that I gave out. I did give this out. All the receipts are in the Discord. I don't just fucking give them out after the fact. I don't just give you fucking stupid ass levels. I actually give you confidence. That makes sense, right? Cup and handle within a triple bottom, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not even gonna count that shit, right? W here, inverse head and shoulders. You could have argued, right? You could have argued what? You had your left, you have your head, okay? You had your right here. You had a bear flag form right here. What did you do? Created a higher high. Excuse me, a higher low. Bull flags in here, broke out, and now what are you at? A key level here. Right? You're literally on a key level like every other stock here. We have a lot of different confluences, a lot of different things popping up here in the market that if you're not prepared and you're just guessing, taking people's signals, listening for fucking divergences here and there, you're going to lose money. So now I'm going to slap on my proprietary, which is free, indicator here, okay? Which is free, by the way. And you can just see where the levels that you can't get past. It's not hard to short some of these stocks. You have your absorption up here. You have your liquidity sweep up here. Drop. Go over to NQ. Same shit. Resistance up here. Sweep, sweep, right? And this is on a 4-hour time frame. Go to the daily time frame here. Let's turn on the wicks, I guess. It'll show you kind of a better picture, I suppose. Liquidity sweep up here. Resistance short. Like, it's just that simple. And like, I just don't understand like why people can't understand it, right? But again, you're going to pay for somebody's signals on Discord that doesn't know what they're talking about. Gotcha. Okay. So that's really all I have for you guys today. I don't really think there's much else to talk about. It's my first video. I'm a little bit tired. Okay, that's it. Just kind of going to go on a rant, call it some other people. Again, not trying to start beef, just trying to help you understand that, you know, in a market full of people guessing when 97% of people are profitable, and you have people kind of giving out levels that make no sense, I just can't understand for the life of me why people think that. I don't know. Let me do some technical analysis on SPY here. So you have a left, you have a head, you have a right shoulder. I mean, I want to be looking to go long until we can try to break this resistance zone. Candidly, I am short right now. I'm up pretty big, so there's really no reason for me to exit. Again, you have a left head, right shoulder. Again, you have it here, left head, right shoulder. You have another one here again, left head, right shoulder. So until we can break these all-time highs at 69.59, which again, Trump could tweet on Tuesday, Trump could tweet on Wednesday. We could just gap up on futures on Sunday, which is more likely than not. You can invalidate this pattern right here at 6960 or 6968, whatever the all-time high is, right? But that's all to say. You can come back up here and reject. Okay. We have massive gaps all the way down here. That are going to get filled, right? You have a gap here that quite hasn't gotten filled, right? You have a gap down here that hasn't gotten filled, right? Not all gaps have to get filled, but more likely than not, they always do get filled. But again, it's kind of watching that structure, understanding what you're looking at, to understand where you might head instead of guessing. That's the difference. Guessing versus actually knowing. People will try to dismiss everything that you're doing for what? Say, oh, it's just guessing, it's some high probability. Well, damn, at a certain point, maybe just give somebody credit who's been doing it for so long, who's actually profitable, who doesn't have to charge you something, right? To understand, like, hey, maybe this guy actually fucking knows something, huh? So my next target here for SPX here is 6858. Levels below that here are, let me clean this off here for a second. Next levels below that are 6836, and then below that are 6740 for my monthly expected moves. But again, that's all to say. I'm going to be actually giving you the guidance here in real time. I'm not going to just give you a weekly or monthly or whatever expected move, and then just kind of leave you blind and then kind of talk about it after to explain what happened. I definitely will give you guys market updates. I will do all those different things for you. Again, I have a 100-page report that I'm putting out here. Again, yeah, do I fucking use ChatGPT like everybody else? Yeah, but I go through it. I'm very thorough. It's my words that are kind of, put together in a way that I think makes sense and explained, to where most traders can understand, what I'm talking about. So there's that. But here are my weekly expected moves. Again, can SPX, just come up here and, woo, hit 7,000, which where all the gamma's at? Absolutely. I mean, that is where your gamma kind of is, hedging at and, kind of pinned at. But again, I'm not going to tell you, right? We're going to head up here. We could head up here. We might head up here. I'm going to hop on live every day like I do and explain a walk Wall Street down like I do every day to get you there. Because I don't think providing you all these silly little lines and levels. I can say this, I can say this, I can say this, I can say this, I can say this. I don't fucking understand why the fuck people pay people on fucking Discord and online when they're fucking wrong, losing money again and again, and they give you one fucking play a week or whatever, and I'm fucking doing this shit every fucking day. I don't fucking get it. Really don't fucking get it. So, anyways, before I start fucking crashing out more, if you guys are interested, I have my website, link, Twitter, Discord in the bio. It's free. I'm not going to fucking charge you. So, if you want to make money, join. If you don't want to fucking make money, you want to listen to the guy on fucking Twitter, eating Hot Pockets, fucking becoming silver experts, becoming fucking yield experts, becoming fucking cloud experts, indicator experts, go ahead, fucking pay for them, continue to lose your fucking money, then cry about it when your fucking wife leaves you because you don't know how to fucking trade. How about that? Hollow point out.